5 seconds. Start. Mr. Speaker, I must at the outset thank you for giving me this opportunity to take part in the general discussion on the budget for the year. I wish to congratulate the Honorable Finance Minister on his presenting such a good budget which aims at improving the conditions of the weaker sections of society. He has done well to present such a balanced budget in the present circumstances. Let me first refer to the functioning of the Education Department. On the whole, I should say that the officers of the department have done a good job. There might be a few minor lapses here and there. For instance, there has been some delay in the publication of the results of the higher secondary examinations. Of course, there might be valid and justifiable causes for such delay. But considering the difficulty that such delay causes to the students, parents, and also the educational institutions, the department could have avoided the delay in this regard. I am happy to note that the department has taken note of the criticisms made in the past years with regard to the delay in the sanction of grants and scholarships and had taken effective steps to ensure that the schools received the grants and the students received their scholarships in time. I thank the departmental officers for being responsive to the suggestions and remarks made on the floor of the House. As regards sales tax, I think there is much room for toning up the administration of this department. A number of members who spoke before we have referred to many complaints made by the merchants, traders, and businessmen about the harassment to which they were being subjected by the department. The government should realize that they are getting a huge sum by way of sales tax, which helps them to undertake many welfare schemes. The government should issue suitable instructions to the executive staff to be kind and considerate to the assessees whenever the assessees committed some errors out of ignorance of law. The officers should politely point out those errors to them and educate them as to how they should help the government by paying the taxes due by them. There should be perfect understanding and cordiality between the assessees and the department. Once these are established, I am sure there would be no room for many of the complaints that are now being made against the officials. The task of collection of tax is a difficult and delicate one, and it should be dealt with carefully. As far as the Forest Department is concerned, I would like to congratulate the Honorable Minister in charge on the keen personal interest taken by him to prevent the indiscriminate cutting of trees in the forest. We know very well how forests are essential for the prosperity of any country. We notice a tendency on the part of some people to destroy forests for various personal uses without realizing the great harm they are doing. Of course, there are laws to prevent such indiscriminate cutting of trees, but as in many other fields, mere laws would not be adequate to tackle this problem. The cooperation of the people is also essential. The people should voluntarily come forward to cooperate with the officials and stop cutting off trees. The officials on their part should always be very strict in dealing with the offenders in this respect. As regards the cooperation department, the fine objective of the cooperative movement is not being achieved in many cases. Rules and regulations are violated very often. Also, we see misuse of funds. Letter dated 15th May 1983 from the Star Electronics Limited, Bombay to Mrs. Balaji and Sons, Madras. Dear sirs, kindly refer to your letter in which you have complained about the delay in our sending the various articles ordered by you. We regret very much the inconvenience caused to you in this connection. However, we request you to consider the circumstances under which we could not fulfill our commitment to you as promised. A section of the labor staged a stay in strike about 2 weeks ago. Though the other sections were willing to work, it was not possible to keep the factory open for security reasons. Hence, we have declared a lockout. The demands of the workers are not reasonable and are against the terms of the agreement entered into between their representatives and the management. So, we are not in a position to meet their demands. We have explained this position to the labor officers and they are trying to bring about a settlement. After holding talks with the representatives of the workers, we hope that their efforts would be successful and the workers would accept their advice and call off their strike. In any case, we hope to settle this matter shortly. Thereafter, we propose to execute all pending orders promptly. We assure you that we would give priority to your orders and send you the articles within 2 weeks. Thanking you, yours faithfully.
உங்களுக்கு பின்னாடி ஒரு பெரிய வைராக்கியமும் வெறியும் இருக்கு. நினைச்சதை எவ்வளவு தடங்கள் வந்தாலும் நான் சாதிப்பேன்றதை மட்டும் மனசுல ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கங்க.